guys, welcome to new video. In this video, I am going to explain how you can install DVWA means DAM vulnerable web application into your Kali Linux machine. To set up DAM vulnerable web application, you need to install Apache 2 server as well as MariaDB server. So let's get started. First of all, open Terminator and just extend this window by Windows up arrow command. To install Apache 2, you need to use command sudo apt-get install Apache 2. We are using sudo here because we are currently logged in as a Kali user. Default password of Kali is Kali. And here you can see it is showing that Apache 2 is already installed. Means we don't need to install this. But if it is not installed, then you can install by this command. Now we need to install MariaDB. So to install MariaDB, you can perform same command as before. So use sudo apt-get install and MySQL. You can double tap to find packages. Like there are multiple packages like MySQL common, MySQL CTL. Okay, there is no any MariaDB package. So simply use here sudo. It is showing us error like dpkg lock error because I didn't use sudo there. So let's try to use sudo apt-get install MySQL, and it is showing that unable to locate MySQL package. Now you can use same command by up arrow key and remove MySQL, and instead of that use MariaDB and double tap button. Here you can see there are multiple packages like MariaDB backup, MariaDB client. Now if you want to install MariaDB client, then you can use this, or you can set up MariaDB server by apt-get install MariaDB server. After installing this, you need to restart the services of Apache 2 as well as MariaDB, because if you don't start that services, you will be not able to access that. So to restart the service, you can use systemctl restart Apache 2, and thereafter it will ask you for permission because I am not logged in as a root user. So default password of Kali user is Kali, and hit the enter button. You can see services are restart. Now I will simply log into root user by sudo -i because I don't want to enter password again and again. Now enable the Apache 2 service. We are enabling this because if we don't enable this, then if we restart our Kali machine in future, then it will automatically stop this service. So if you don't want to stop it in boot up, then you can simply enable this service. To enable Apache 2, use command systemctl enable Apache 2. So this is how you can enable. Okay, sorry, there was a spelling mistake. It is a systemctl enable Apache 2. Yes, you can see we are successfully able to enable Apache 2 service. Now we need to perform same steps for MySQL. First of all, restart MySQL service by systemctl restart MySQL. To clear the screen, you can use clear command, else you can use Ctrl L. Systemctl restart MySQL and hit the enter button. After restarting MySQL server, you need to enable this service. Use command systemctl enable MySQL. After enabling MySQL, you need to check whether you have successfully able to access your Apache 2 server or not. So for that we will use our web browser. Okay, we are successfully able to enable the MySQL server. Now default path of our Apache 2 server is cd/var/ww/html. So it is our default path of Apache 2. After ls, you can see there are three files: index, nginx, debian.html, linpaste.sh, and another one is pos. And if you want to find your IP address, then you can use IPA command, else you can access your Apache 2 server by localhost. So open web browser and in search menu type localhost, else you can type 127.0.0.1. Here you can see there are total 3 files, same as we found using ls command on terminal. These are the files: index, linpaste, and pos. Means our Apache 2 server is working properly. Now to set up MySQL, you need to use command mysql_secure_installation. So from this you can set up your MySQL. From this command we can set up our MySQL password as well as remove anonymous users. Now it is asking for enter your current password. By default it is empty password, but I have already set up the password. So I'm entering here Kali. And if you are starting it first time, then you don't need to enter any password. Now it is asking to switch to Unix socket authentication. I have already done that. That's why it is asking me. It will not ask you. I'm simply using N. Then it is asking for change the root password. You can simply click here Y and change the password. I'm setting here no because I already set up. Now it is asking for remove anonymous users. Simply click on Y. Give all permission as Y. Remove test database Y and reload the privileges. Here we have successfully set up MySQL. Now, if you want to log into MySQL, you can use command mysql -u for user, then specify username. So by default, our MySQL user is root and -p for password, and hit the enter button. After that, enter password. So I had set up password for MySQL as TOR. So I am entering that TOR and hit the enter button. Here you can see I have successfully logged in as a MariaDB user, and I haven't selected any database, that's why it is showing none. To display all databases, use command show databases semicolon. Here you can see there are total 3 databases. Now to create a new database, use command create database and database name. So we are creating database as a DVWA. Use command create database DVWA semicolon and hit the enter button. Now let's try to show databases. Here you can see we have successfully created one database DVWA. If you want to use this database, you can use command use database like use DVWA. You can see it is showing that MariaDB DVWA. We are into DVWA database. To list all tables, you can use command show tables semicolon. It will display all tables. Currently there are 0 tables. That's why it is showing empty. To exit from this, use Ctrl D. We are successfully set up our Apache 2 as well as MariaDB. Now we need to download DVWA. For that, you can open this GitHub link of DigiNinja. Okay, simply copy this link and you need to clone this repo. So to clone this, you need to install GitHub. To install Git, you can use command apt-get install git. It is by default installed in Kali machine, but if it is not installed, then you can use same command to install Git. I already installed this. Now use Ctrl L to clear the screen. To clone the repo, use git clone and paste the copied URL by Ctrl Shift V and hit the enter button. It will take approximately 1 to 2 minutes depending on your internet speed to clone the repo. We have successfully cloned the DVWA repo. Now you can use ls command to list repo. So it is showing that DVWA folder. Just change the directory to cd DVWA and then use ls. You can see there are multiple files. So open a web browser, access your localhost or IP address of your machine and refresh the page. After refreshing this, you can see there is one folder called DVWA. Open that folder, and after opening that, you can see there is one error that config file not found. Copy config/config.inc.php to config.inc.php. Okay, so open Kali machine. You can simply move that file, else you can use cp command to copy that. So use cp, use double tap if you want to know find multiple command starting from cp. Now we need to copy config/config.inc.php.dist file to config/config.inc.php. remove simply last dist. Okay, to list all files in config directory, use command ls config/. Here you can see we have successfully created one file. Now try to refresh web servers page again. After refreshing this, you can see it is showing us setup page, database setup. Now there are plenty of options like modules, and it is asking for folder permission, and it is showing no, we need to give permission to those folders. Also you can see there are multiple modules. I already enabled this, so that's why it is in green color. But if you don't know how to enable this, then you can simply open terminal and use command vi to edit. It is a visual editor. Else you can use nano /etc/php, then your php version. I am currently using php 7.4 version, then apache 2 and php.ini. We need to edit this php.ini file. I am using here nano, don't use vi. Okay, to find particular module you can select that module name. So here I am selecting display errors, control C, open terminal and use control W to find. Here you can see it is showing that where is, and paste our copied URL. Okay, it is not displaying. Use control W, paste our copied word, enter. Okay, it is not found. Let's try to find another module. Copy this, allow URL fopen module, open terminal, use control W to find and paste by control shift V and hit the enter button. Here you can see it is not commented. If there is any comment by semicolon, you can simply remove that. I already removed that semicolon, that's why it is in green color. But if it is in red color, you can simply remove that comment and save this file by control O. Now you can set up folder permissions. So for that you can use chmod command. So copy one by one all the directories and open terminal, clear the screen by control L, use chmod plus W to write permission and paste URL. To check its permission, use command ls -ela and paste target URL. Enter. Here you can see it is showing all permission like read, write, execute, read, execute, read, execute. Just copy all the folder path one by one and give write permission. So it is a log.txt file of dvwa. Copy this, chmod plus W and paste your path by control shift V. Use ls-la, paste path, read, write, read. Okay, there are permission like for user it is read, write, for a group it is only read, and for others it is also only read. I will explain about files and permission in future videos, so don't worry about that. Copy path, open terminal and use command chmod plus W and enter. Now we have successfully set up permission to this. Now just restart the Apache 2 using systemctl restart Apache 2. We are doing this to reflect our changes. After restarting the Apache 2 server, you can simply open your web browser and try to refresh the page. So just open web browser and refresh the page again to check whether it is in green color or not. Still it is in red color and it is showing no, means we haven't set proper permission to this. Now to set a proper permission, what we can do, we were using only plus W. Instead of that we will use a for all like user, group and others. Instead of a you can use a G or O for group and other. Here you can see I am using here chmod a plus W and path. To display its permission, use ls-la and remove last config folder. So it will display all files and folders present in dvwa folders permission. Like there is one config folder and you can see it is having permission rwx, rwx and rwx. Means it have 777 permission. Now again use chmod a plus W and path of another folder. Okay, I given permission to config again. Don't worry about that. Let's give permission to log.txt. Now only one folder left. give same permission to uploads a plus w and hit the enter button. After that you can list its permission by ls-la. Okay, these are the files in between upload folder and it is showing those permissions. Use systemctl restart apache 2 to restart apache 2 service. Okay, open web browser again and try to refresh the page. After restarting this, you can see here is now green color and it is showing yes, means we have successfully set up correct permission for this. We are done with this. There are multiple options like reCAPTCHA and other things, so we are not going to use that. Simply click on create or reset database. After clicking on this, it will create a new database or use existing database. It is showing error that could not connect to the database service. Please check the config file. It is asking us to check config file. Now open terminal and check config file. So it is in config folder. So change directory to config. Now use nano config.inc.php. Here below you can see its database server is 127.0.0.1. It is a localhost IP. So we don't need to change anything here. Now it is showing database. We have already created database as a dbwa and our user was root and its password was TOOR. So simply change that. Save this by Ctrl O, enter, and Ctrl exit from this by Ctrl X. Now let's try to access the page again. Refresh the page. Scroll down below and click on create or reset database. Just scroll down again. You can see it is showing that database has been created, user table was created, and please log in. It automatically redirected to login page. Default username of dbwa is admin and default password of dbwa is password. So simply use a default credential and try to log into this. After clicking on login, you can see we have successfully set up DAM vulnerable web application. If you found this video helpful, then don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. And if you are interested in learning ethical hacking, penetration testing or bug bounty hunting, then you can simply enroll into my course. I have given my course link into the description. You can just check it out. Thank you for watching.